And so I'm going to channel Liam. Would you like to hear a dirty joke? Horse jumped in a mud puddle. His second favorite is, how do you make a Kleenex dance?
Put a little boogie in it.
Put a little boogie in it. Liam is here with us tonight, but we left him in the hotel room. Not by himself. I heard that. Not by himself. He will be 3 Monday. So we actually had him the night before McGovern Day 3 years ago. And so we can always remember his birthday thanks to McGovern Day. Well, I'm so happy to be with you here tonight for our annual McGovern Day celebration. We really do have a lot to celebrate and look forward to it. I had a speech planned tonight that is about hope and perseverance. But when I was reflecting on those themes, and when, like some of you, we noticed certain voices were missing from the stage tonight, I thought it might make a lot more sense to deliver that speech with the main person who drives my hope and perseverance, my wife, Kelsea. Kelsea, would you join us?
Okay, my mic's working.
Yes.
Okay, guys, so when Billy talked to me about joining him tonight, I was not a fan of his idea. But when we talked more about our campaign and the 2018 cycle, and he reminded me that it was really always about us. It was about our team, and it was about how we are all connected and essential to each other's success. So like usual, he convinced me.
You can say I'm convincing, but it was you who convinced me to run for governor.
Sure, so we can both be pretty persuasive.
Just wait till you hear Liam. So we're here tonight, together, to talk about our hope. Even though we didn't get the outcome we were hoping for last year, Kelsea and I are proud to stand on this stage as South Dakota Democrats. Our campaign was hard fought, and with the help of all of you in this room, we ran a race that shook the establishment to its core. We have so many reasons to be hopeful.
You know, Billy gives me hope with his quiet and patient style and his ability to always hear every voice, even if it's disagreeing with him, and his capacity to absorb and filter other people's rage and frustration, including mine. But the campaign wasn't just a success because of Billy. It was also because of a fiercely committed and bright campaign manager leading the team, because of the amazing staffers who poured their hearts and minds and every waking second into the effort, because of the party staffers who are not just one, not just with one, but every candidate in their triumphs and in their defeats, and because of the boots on the ground doing the work, the grueling work of phone banking and door knocking and tough conversation having.
All of those people give us so much hope. And so did the results. The president won our state by 30 points in 2016. And in 2018, our campaign cut that margin to 3. We outraised any previous candidate for governor, R or D. And we did it with grassroots support from South Dakotans. We stuck to our values, believing most South Dakotans don't want below-the-belt attacks and fear-mongering as a leadership style. You know what? Came up a little short. But wow, did so many South Dakotans agree with us.
But you know, Billy and I aren't here to tell you tonight that it's all rainbows and heart eye emojis on the campaign trail. They are emotionally and physically grueling, and they're hard on families, and they're hard on communities, and they are all kinds of labor every day, and they are full of moments of soaring optimism and humanity, but also of crippling self-doubt. But together, Billie and I know that campaigns are worth the sacrifices. They're worth it because our sacrifices still don't even touch those of so many other people.
Like the sacrifices of veterans who serve our country, missing major life events, and come home to inadequate mental health services. Or of women who have to get a ride 60 plus miles to get access to life-saving prenatal care. Or of an elderly couple who has to go from seeing each other every day in their home community to once a month a few hundred miles away because of a nursing home closure.
Or the sacrifices of an underpaid police officer who doesn't come home to her family because she was killed on a domestic violence call. Or of a family whose autistic child can't get coverage for the therapy their child needs. Or of a brown mother who weeps because her son was lost to prejudice. That's why Billie and I are proud to be South Dakota Democrats, to stand shoulder to shoulder with all of you, because South Dakota Democrats have the tough conversations. They dig into the real hard problems facing our state, even when the answers aren't clear and the process is messy. And they do it because, damn it, we know we are all in this together.
Yeah.
South Dakota Dems know that we are all stronger when we come together to solve problems. We've put a huge dent in an entrenched establishment. And now more than ever, we have to stay shoulder to shoulder to make them accountable. To work together to put out the fires of policy failures that were decades in the making. To use our common values to lay the foundation of a future for all of our children and grandchildren, where they not only survive, but thrive.
And our family was humbled to carry that message of a better South Dakota for all of you. And we're still here with you to support you in building the energy and excitement that exists in every corner of our state. Because now is the time to work for our shared values.
Now is the time to inspire and encourage the next generation of leaders.
Now is the time to take on important government reform.
Now is the time to hold leaders accountable to the people they were elected to serve.
Now is the time to support candidates who share our vision for a stronger state.
And now is the time to build a better future. We also find hope in our party leaders in Pierre. Troy Heiner, Jamie Smith. Thank you for leading the charge. Let's give them a round of applause. I'd love to give Jamie a go in a wrestling match sometime. Pound for pound. I was pretty good too. A special congratulations to all the next generation young leaders who were elected in 2018, including Aaron, Kelly, Red Dawn, Perry, and Ryan. All of your campaigns inspired us. And thanks to all the others elected to fight the good fight on our behalf in Pierre.
And we also have hope because we're inspired by past leaders in our party that paved the way for us. Leaders like Senators Tim Johnson, Tom Daschle, and Jim Aberesk, and Representative Stephanie Herseth-Sandlin. They were all there to provide support and counsel to us from day one through election night. And we have to especially thank Tim and Barb, who really stepped up and cheered on our campaign.
Our party isn't just led by the folks in elected office, though. State Party provides daily support to our elected leaders and candidates. Much of their work goes unnoticed and underappreciated. So I want you to take the time tonight to thank each and every one of the State Party staffers here. Their work and support was key to many of the successes in our campaign, from the native vote effort to Rise to the Polls and the voter contact programs.
With With the party's help, we engaged over 2,000 volunteers who made calls and knocked doors from over 50 different locations. And in the counties where we ran this Get Out the Vote operation, Billie performed almost 4 points better than predicted. And in tribal communities, we had the highest midterm election turnout since 2002. In a big part, that's thanks to the party's tribal organizers and Rides to the Poll program. Nearly 150 driverships were provided across Indian country. So thank you to the party staff. Thank you for everything you do.
Thank you, Ann. Ann. She does remind me of my mom. Selfless, kind, thoughtful, fighter. She'll put up her dukes, Jamie. So will my mom. They remind me so much of each other, and I knew that from the very beginning, and I think that's something that's always stuck with me when I first met Ann. She never gives up. She never quits. She gives it everything she's got. She's gracious in victory and in defeat. Doesn't matter. Because as I said, in the letter that I sent for her, it is never about Ann. Ever. Make your thanks tonight about Ann. Right now, please. Tonight, it's time to celebrate, to be proud of what we have accomplished, and move forward together into the future, because we have a lot more work to do in 2020. And no, I'm not running for president. We are not done fighting. The fire in our hearts is still burning to work for a better South Dakota. The first step in that fight is for us in launching the nonpartisan Billie Sutton Leadership Institute, dedicated to inspiring and preparing the next generation of leaders. Please help us spread the word to people you know who would benefit from the expenses-paid leadership training.
And we don't know exactly what the next steps will be after that, but for tonight, let's enjoy our time together, celebrating the progress we made in the last election, and let's plan for the progress we'll make in 2020 and beyond.
I'll leave you with this. Let's always hope. Let's never give up. Let's always persevere in the face of adversity, and seek to create a future where tomorrow is better than today. Thank you and good night.